Hello, ladies. Long time no see. I did just come from a workout. So, this is my get up for my workout. So, the video you've all been waiting for. I want to talk about what not to do when freestyling. I was once a rookie looking crazy out here in these streets, and I look back on these and I just laugh because I'm like, oh, that happened. So, I have to say, number one, do not move from your seat to go over to the man. Now, this may seem obvious, hearing this. Don't get up and go to the man. When you walk in and you take your seat, that is your throne. That is your throne. You are a queen sitting on her throne at the restaurant bar or maybe at the table, but I've mostly restaurant bars. I've never sat at a table. But you have to be like a queen sitting on her throne who doesn't move for no one. So, going out alone and freestyling, this is the epitome of self-love. Let me tell you why. Because most people don't have the confidence to do this. I went to Albernot's and I went freestyling. I wore a red dress, and this man, he told me, he was like, I would never be able to come and sit at a bar alone. He was like, that's just something I wouldn't do and couldn't do. And he was just giving me my props for being able to do that. And I was really shocked because I was like, wow, that's pretty insecure of you to say. But I had no idea the power that freestyling holds. So when you're going out, people see you dressed well, you're poised, you're classy, and you're out in the world, just enjoying your drink, enjoying your meal. As soon as you walk in and step up to the bar, there's something that happens, and it's almost like magical. So people see that you are in your power. Number one, you're confident because you can go out alone and hold your own. You're not afraid. Number two, you obviously have self-love because people who love themselves can be by themselves. Number three, everyone in the room can see your power. Everyone in the room has put you on a pedestal. As soon as you walk in looking good, smelling good, beautiful, nice figure, beautiful face, poised, you are that bitch. I'm sorry, you are that queen. But the thing is, it depends, because if there's other people there, especially a variety of people, like straight women, gay men, or a group of guys, then if you notice the room is varied like that, then a power struggle will start to happen. People see that you are in that top spot as a woman. We're all powerful as women, but as a hierarchy in society, which is really not real. However, people's mind, societal programming, they put you on that pedestal. And this is 10 times more correct if you're a melanated woman, if you're a woman of color, if you're fit, if you're slim, if you just look nice, you're dressed well, you know how to speak, you know how to talk for yourself, you know how to hold your own when you're drinking, you know what to order, you are sociable, you are funny, you are on that top spot. And I never realized this, but now looking back on all my days of freestyling, everybody wants to be that girl more than ever nowadays. Even you'll find a lot of straight men, people want to be valued at the highest rank. A lot of people aren't playing their social roles these days. So that causes conflict for the divine feminine when you're out alone sometimes. Now, I dealt with this because I've dealt with this. I don't know if you girls will come into this situation, but this is what can happen. I've freestyled a lot, and a lot of times there'll be a power struggle because where I'm from, New Orleans, people just aren't used to seeing a woman go out alone. dressed up, looking nice, and being sociable. Like a lot of women you'll see out alone, they'll just order a margarita, or they'll be like on their phones, or they'll be like looking down, or they'll look awkward, or I don't know. But when you know, step into that energy, that frequency that's inviting, you look good. It's like a shocker to people. People can't believe a woman is out alone. So when I first did this, I got a lot of interesting reactions. I'm trying to remember the first time I went out and freestyled. I can't remember where I went, but I went to a bunch of different places in New Orleans. And I've had great experiences and I've had bad experiences. I had mediocre experiences. So I'm going to start with the worst experience. So, you know, so like I said, if you're going to go into a place that has a variety of different types of groups, like straight women, you know, a group of straight men, and just all different types of people, gay men, all different types of people, there's gonna be like, you know, people are gonna put you on that pedestal as soon as they see you, but then a power struggle is gonna start. So I walked into this place once. I remember I went to the mall that day. I was feeling beautiful. I had my hair done. I bought this dress. I went to Victoria's Secret. I bought a nice push-up bra. I was like, I'm going out. And so I went out and I walked into this place and all hell broke loose, y'all. And when I say all hell broke loose, I mean the predatory vibes came out in everybody. I had a girl follow me to the bathroom because she said her brother wanted to holler at me. She was asking me where I'm from, what do I do, can he get my number? It was crazy. And she came after me. Like, she wasted no time to go after me in the bathroom. And then I had these other men, they were like, oh, can you tell, the bartender told them, they told the bartender to tell me, oh, we wanted to drink with this girl. Can you tell her to come over here? And my crazy butt, I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I got up off my seat. Big mistake. Like I said, never move from your throne. You are the queen. When you pick that seat, when you walk in and freestyling, that is your domain. You be like, I am here. Come to me if you dare so. But, you know, my silly butt was like, oh, okay. Hopped up off my seat and went and sat by these two men. Two men. Can you believe it? It was a nightmare from there. One of these dudes had cancer and he was just being so foul. Like, he was saying the most disgusting things. And I don't know why, but I felt kind of like trapped. Like, I didn't think like I could get up and walk away. And I think that's from like childhood. Like, my kindergarten teacher, oh my gosh, she was horrible. She always used to like yell at me and like pinch me, and I felt like I couldn't go anywhere. My parents too. Like, when you're mad with your parents, you know, you have to hear them like yell at you, and you kind of just feel frozen. And that like lingered on into adulthood. Like, when I'm in like confrontation with somebody and I don't like it, I kind of just froze up and I just stayed there. And I told somebody else about it in the Level Up group, and they were like, why were you entertaining that? You can walk away. And I was like, oh my God, I could have walked away. I could have walked out. So that was my mistake. Like, you can walk away, you can leave, you can run away. Don't ever think you have to stay there because somebody bought you a drink, some food. If you don't like the vibes for even a second, you get the hell out of there immediately. I have left from places where I was tired of being there. I just left abruptly. I even did this at parties. I did this with work people, you know, when it was getting late, things were getting awkward, and I felt like I was disrespected. I got up, I said nothing. I got up, walked to my car, and left. And went in my bed and went to sleep. It was the best. I love doing Irish goodbyes. I feel so mysterious. And I'm sure people think about me like, oh my God, why did she do that? I don't know. Okay, so don't get up off your seat to go to a guy. If he offers you a drink, if he tells you come over here, don't go. Don't go. Say, make him come to you. Make him come to you. If the bartender says, oh, a guy over there wants you to go and sit with them, say, tell him come to me. Tell him come to me. Queen energy. Tell him come to me. Retrieve him. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, that's number one rule. Don't get off your throne for nobody or nothing. You know, if they buy you a drink and then offer you to come eat with them, I wouldn't do that either, because you don't know those people. Why would you eat with strangers you don't know? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't eat with strangers you don't know. I did that once and I got nothing out of it. It was just these groups of people who were in New Orleans for a conference. They offered me to eat with them, and that was it. You know, I wasn't a challenge. I didn't stay at the bar to invite other men to see if they wanted to, you know, come to me. They kind of, you know, the guys kind of like, you know, they're reaping the benefits of your presence because you're sitting there eating with them and they're feeding off of your feminine energy while offering you just a drink and some food. It's not really worth it when you can just stay at the bar, have him buy your drink, and tell him, oh, maybe you can come say hi to me on your way out. Bye. So other guys can come to you. You know, you have to make the most of your time, make the most of your night. So, and my lesson about when I got up to go by those other guys, that's another lesson. Don't go to mediocre places. You have to go to the best of the best. You have to go to 5-star restaurants. Don't go to a place where you think looks kind of nice, but it's kind of not. Or maybe it's filled with like blue collar workers. Don't go there, because people don't know how to treat beautiful women in those type of places. They just don't. And that's why people were acting so crazy and were so shocked. They just don't know what to do with you. So only go to the best of the best, high-end steakhouses, seafood restaurants, downtown, you know, places like that. Okay, so that was a bad experience I had, and I learned, you know, not to go to a man, let them come to you. Don't go eat with them when you just met them, and go to nice places, really, really nice places, so you won't deal with like low-class men who are telling you to come to them instead of them going to you like a real man should. Okay, so great. Okay, so another good experience I had. Oh, can we just talk about how people aren't used to seeing a young, beautiful girl, you know, having a drink at a bar. I had another woman follow me in the bathroom when I was drinking at the Ritz, and she goes, "Are you a lady of the night?" I'm like, I was like, girl, if I was, you couldn't afford me. And I just walked out. So, you know, like I said, people are not used to seeing, you know, people like me out alone. At first they'll think it's like, where are you alone? Like, are you meeting someone? Where's your friends? Like, why are you out alone? And especially if you're just like sitting there, you know, enjoying the ambiance, like some mysterious woman who just came out of a movie. Like, they're kind of taken aback. So I wasn't dressed any scantily way. I think this lady said her and her husband noticed me at the bar, and she was wondering if I was working. So I think her husband may have been a wealthy man, and I did look better than her. You know, I was younger. I was just hot, you know, in my 20s. And I think she may have been trying to, you know, take me off the throne by saying, oh, she's an escort, you know, or something like that. So, you know, a lot of people are going to talk shit when you're out alone. I've had people who try to size me up, knock me off the pedestal, try to get me to move. They do this in a number of ways. They try to dim your light or try not to put so much of the focus on you. Because when you go out alone looking bad, looking amazing, all the focus is on you. I had men come out from the kitchen. I had glasses like break, drop. All the focus is going to be on you. When you go to, high-end places and you're dressed nice and you're sitting alone, people are going to try to get your energy from all over. So the pick-me's, often they'll try to follow you to the bathroom and they'll say some weird stuff. Maybe somebody wants to talk to you, or it sounds like they try to set you up, really. I had pick-me's follow me at multiple Ritz-Carltons. I had pick-me's follow me in the bathroom at the Ritz-Carlton in Dallas. I had pick-me's follow me in the bathroom at the Ritz-Carlton in New Orleans, asked me if I was an escort. The one here was like, can I fix your wig? I was like, no. I didn't even think it was messed up. She was like, can I fix your wig? But no, she looked like, I thought those girls were trying to set me up, because I was walking to the bathroom and I saw the girl do like this to tell the other girl go after me. And I was like, am I about to get sex trafficked or something? But no, don't be afraid when you go out. Just, have some mace or something, a knife or something. And you can't talk to everybody. This is another red flag. You cannot talk to everybody. I am really bad at this because I'm a very sociable person. I'm the type of person that wants to talk to everybody. I'm not naturally discriminatory. I'm a very inclusive, laid back person. And I know those are not desirable traits. As a high value woman, people like you to be, a little bit reserved. They like you to be less outgoing. They like you to be snooty. They like you to be, a challenge. And so this is something I'm working on, because I've been in the habit of automatically talking to people who talk to me. But this is not good. This is where you have to have standards when you go out. And it's really bad, because a lot of times, there'll be a guy maybe in the middle of the room who's eyeing me, watching me, and he does look like a good prospect. And then what will happen is a lower class, blue collar looking type of guy will try to talk to me, and then that guy will see me talking to these guys who obviously don't deserve any of my energy, and it looks like he'll get turned off and won't even be interested at all. So this happened to me at Moxie's, where a lot of different type of men go there, not just the clean cut professional ones. Even the blue collar broke looking ones go there too. Not broke, but not what you want. So you gotta kind of tone it down. If you're a social butterfly, you have to be more mysterious. Otherwise they're not gonna put you on that pedestal. They're gonna be like, oh, she's entertaining these trash bum guys, oh, she must be, I don't know. But don't do that. I made that mistake at the recent restaurant I went to. The guy said, can he sit there? And I was just like, yeah. But he wasted my time, didn't buy me a drink, didn't offer me any food. And I should have been more challenging. I should have been maybe if you buy me a drink, you can sit there. Don't just, if the bar is empty, don't just let men sit next to you when they just ask. Because other guys will come in and they'll think you guys are together, and you'll make him look good while he spends nothing on you. So do not make that mistake. And if you don't want to say, oh, you can sit there maybe if you buy me a drink, and be ready for the backlash, because some guys get angry when they are present with a standard and they just think you should talk to them for free. I don't know why they think that. But if you want to ask that, just go to the restroom, get up, and then go to another seat so people can know you're not with that guy who just acts as anybody sitting there. So that's another big thing when freestyling, the mistakes I've made of letting men sit next to me. Because usually when I go out, it's not a full bar and there's a lot of seats. But of course, the guys always want to sit next to you, which is hella awkward, because some will sit next to you and won't even say anything. They just want to sit next to you you know, if a random guy walks up to a bar, they see a beautiful woman, like, they're gonna want to sit by the woman, because why the fuck not? But don't let that happen. Like, don't let some random ass guy sit next to you if he's not buying you a drink or trying to flirt with you or pay your tab. That's a waste of your time of getting beautiful and going out. So you need to tell him, oh, maybe if you buy me a drink, and see what he does. Or if he's not trying to talk to you, not trying to buy you a drink, or just wasting your time, asking too many stupid questions like, what do you do for work? Trying to see if you're rich or something, then get up and move to another seat away from him. Okay, so let's recap. We got, don't get up and go to guys. You know, people are going to try to size you up, sometimes ask you maybe if you're working, or I don't know, ask you silly questions. And don't go to places that are not high end. And don't let men sit next to you or talk to you for free if they're not going to buy you a drink or some food or something. The guy at Albernat, or Albernate, however you say it, I don't know how to say it. He was trying to like talk my ear off. Like, it was a group of them sitting with each other, and then they turned around and was like, oh wow, we didn't notice this lady sitting here. And one of the guys was like, I would stay, but I have to catch a flight or something. And then the one who looked like he had nothing to do, he said he didn't want to go home to his wife. He was there wasting my time. And he was like, wow, you're really nice to talk to. And I had suggested that he buy me a drink, which he did, because he sure was wasting my time. And he did. So I didn't really mind, but I left. And there was this like Asian guy sitting next to me, and he was like cool, but he was like watching the game. And it was just a nice time overall going out. You know, I got my drink paid. I talked to people on my right, talked to people on my left. It was fire. I loved it. Went out on a Tuesday. It was great. Great experience. Okay, so what not to do. What not to do. I had another experience. Y'all, I had another experience where I was sitting next to these obnoxious gay guys, and they were playing games, y'all. So you need to know, when you go out, nobody is your friend. I don't care how friendly they are. I don't care how you know, nice they may seem, or if they trying to be buddy with you. When you need to have the mindset that when you go out, like, have the mindset where you're always on guard. Like, people aren't your friends out here. And I know a lot of you girls say you do meet, you know, friends out. I mean, in my experience, they like act all buddy, ask for your number, and then never use it. And so I'm like guarded when I go out. You know, friends aren't really my goal. You know, I've kind of tried that and it never works. So I'm kind of at the point where I'm okay riding solo until I meet my goal. And it works better because I have a lot going on. You know, I have a nice body. I have a decent face. I have great energy. I have a good voice. And, you know, I don't want to be in any type of power struggle, you know. Especially if I meet somebody that looks like super different from me. I haven't found like a symbiotic relationship of a friendship where it doesn't turn into a competition. So for you girls out there who have, you know, met friends freestyling, that's great. But I would say, you know, when you're out meeting strangers, nobody is your friend. I had these two gay guys I sat next to when I went out to Lover's Seafood in Dallas, and like one was being so loud and obnoxious, and I don't know, this guy, he was just like, I don't know, he was just trying to like be like the loudest, harvest the most attention, and ask me all of these questions. And he did this thing where he ordered ice cream, and he was like, he asked me and the lady next to me, like, do y'all want some? And you know me, I'm not easygoing, I'm outgoing. I'm like, sure, I want ice cream. Like, I'm not the type to turn down ice cream. I'm a little kid inside. And so I'm like, yeah. And so I like dip my spoon in there and get the ice cream. But while I'm getting this ice cream, he's over there like this, like Like, and so I think about it later, and I'm like, I always reflect on my experiences, and I'm like, I think that was like a power move, you know. He was like, "Oh, I'm sharing my ice cream with these peasants, and they just kind of like, you know, like I don't know." And then the guy next to him like asked for my number, and then like he just never used it. And that happened to me twice where a straight rich lady asked for my number and like never used it. And then a gay guy who's with this other gay guy asked for my number and then never used it. So don't give your number out. Like give your fake number, give a Google number you can easily block. But don't give your number out here. And don't be eating after people because they're gonna look at you like a peasant. And he was looking like he was helping the needy almost. And it was just a gross energy. Like it wasn't genuine. Like, here, you can have some. Like offering your food. Like, yeah, it's nice, but I don't know. It just can, like, I feel like, you know, it's etiquette to turn down offered food. If you don't know that person, you're just at the bar for a drink and an appetizer. Like, don't eat off of nobody's plate. Like, that's disgusting. Even if you see them bring it out, like just don't eat off of their plate. If they offer you something, don't take it. It just looks low class. I've done this again. I've been repeating mistakes, y'all. I've done this again at another restaurant where I was actually hungry. I had a Caesar salad and the bartender's always trying to like give me a drink here. And the guy, he was like showing off, ordering like everything on the menu. And he was like, you can have some if you want. I took a scoop of that mushroom. He did not talk to me after that. He was talking to the old lady like next to him. And he only asked me like a few questions like, am I into sports? But I feel like after that, you know, you don't seem like an ethereal goddess. Like, I'm sorry. But for people to keep you on a pedestal, you have to look as less human as possible. You have to look otherworldly. You have to look like a goddess who is better than the common folk who is accepting food offerings and getting up and going to people and talking too much. Don't talk too much. Say as less as possible. And talking to anybody, like you have to put yourself on that goddess queen pedestal when you're out in order to get what you're looking for. And I'm still working on this because, you know, I was raised to be a regular New Orleans girl, Tiana, Princess and the Frog, cooking gumbo, being nice to everybody. Basically a mammy. I was raised to be a mammy, the all-giving martyr. But no, that is not who we are. We are trophy wives. We are very, very much receivers. You serve me when I'm out. I'm not serving you. I'm not taking your offerings of food, or you know, you'll buy a drink, yeah. If a guy wants to buy, I mean, you'll accept a drink, yes. But if they want to like share their food, like don't do that. Just pass it up. It makes you look bad. And I did feel kind of cheap afterwards. It's like, oh my god, like why am I doing that? Okay, and you know I be hungry. Okay, so another thing is what's another thing? Oh my god, y'all. I have had some, if the bartender is a woman, you gotta watch out, because a lot of times they don't want you sitting there. Sometimes they're mean. They don't want you there. They think maybe you'll take the attention away, or they're just not nice. So I don't expect bartenders to be nice unless they're getting tips. Bartenders are some of like the shadiest people I've ever met. They are not your friends. I do not care. Bartenders are not your friends. They'll get your information, share it with somebody else. They'll talk shit about you, like if you don't tip them right. Y'all, like stay mysterious even to bartenders. I had bartenders at the last restaurant try to like talk to me, get to know me, ask me where I'm from. I was just like, I'm from the suburbs, and I kept it at that. Mystery is your friend. Don't give away too much of yourself to bartenders. And another thing is never leave your drink at the bar. Never leave your drink at the bar. Always take it with you to the bathroom. I enjoy walking around the restaurant with my drink because I feel like, you know, it's high class. You know, I have a drink in my hand. Everyone at the tables can see you. You're going to the restroom. Always take your purse as well. Never leave your personal belongings. I take my drink with me everywhere. I don't even let my drink go. Like, my hand will be on my drink and I'll just be like chilling at the restaurant bar. But yeah, take your drink with you everywhere. I took a selfie in a bathroom with my drink and a girl was like, "Why do you have your drink in the bathroom?" I was like, "Because I don't leave my drink at the bar. That's disgusting." And you know, a guy even applauded me for that. I met this really sketchy dude at a bar, a really nice restaurant, really lovely restaurant, The Grove in Tyler. I met this really like you can tell he had money. Like, he was wearing he was wearing designer, so he was kind of one of those cringy guys, like kind of flashy. But he saw me take my drink to the restaurant and he was like, "Good job. I'm gonna teach my daughter that. Never leave your drink." And he looked like he was into drugs, to be honest. So he looks like he was probably saying, "You just spared your life." Because who knows what he was really saying. But he was like, "Good job. I'm going to teach my daughter that." And I was like, "I know. I'm never going to leave my drink ever, ever, ever." I had an experience where I was at the Carousel bar and I was waiting for my date. But I was like, I'm going to get there early to freestyle a bit and he can meet me there. And so this person next to me was like, you know, in New Orleans, they have like the Vieux Carré drinks and just all types of great drinks, right? At the Carousel bar, and it's been such a cool place. And I have a picture of me there on my Instagram. And this person next to me was like, there's always people from out of town who are so excited. And this person, oh my God, I have another story to tell about this place. And this person was like, "Oh man, you gotta try this drink. You should get this drink. It was so good. You gotta try this drink." So I'm like, "Oh my God, that looks a bit strong. That's not really a drink I would go for." And he was like, no, try it. You gotta try the drink. And so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna order it." And I ordered like this, I think it was a Vieux Carré, but it had like something strong in it. And when my date walked up and saw me drinking that, because I usually only get like wine or pina colada at the time. And so I was like bored. I don't know. I was like, let me get some whiskey in before he come. But he saw me drinking that and he was turned off immediately. He was turned off. He was more of a conservative gentleman. He was talking about how there were a lot of weirdos in New Orleans. I was like, I know, I am one of those weirdos for sure. But, you know, he saw me doing that and it was just a no-go from there. And I know when guys are turned off. I paid very close attention to their facial expressions and their mannerisms. They give it away pretty easily. So that was, okay, I don't care. He didn't end up giving me anything anyway, so it was a waste of time. But I think my mom kind of messed up our date because she got locked outside of the house during our date. And it sounded like a lie for me to get away from the date. And so she kind of messed that up for me. So I don't know, maybe he felt like I didn't like him because I interrupted our date to go let my mom in the house. I should have left her ass out there, right? No, just kidding. But anyways, okay, so yeah, don't order strong drinks. Always keep it cute. But I know girls that, well, these are Caucasian girls. I know Caucasian girls that order like whiskey and they say, you know, that's a good conversation starter. But you know, you don't, if you're a woman of color, you don't really have the same privileges. I'm not even gonna lie. Because a white girl drinking whiskey versus a black girl drinking whiskey, you know, people are gonna have different stereotypes. They're gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, she drinking that." Like, people are gonna have different stereotypes about that. So don't even be out here drinking whiskey. Keep it at a lemon drop. Keep it at a glass of wine. Keep it at like a peach martini, a Paloma, something cute. Okay, so another instance at the Carousel bar, oh my God. So this was a gay guy and he was being rude to me at the bar. Like, I was just sitting at the bar and I was so happy. I was working on my lying skills. He was like, "Oh, what are you here for?" Like, he was just like sizing me up as if I shouldn't have been there or something. But, you know, like I said, when you walk into a restaurant and you are a woman of color and you look good, you smell good, your body's good, your face is good, and you're sitting there and people really can't like put you in a box sometimes, or they're trying to like size you up, or they're trying to take you down a notch. They're gonna try to size you up. And this guy, he was like, what brings you in? I was like, oh, it's my birthday. I'm celebrating my birthday with a drink. And this guy was like, I'm not buying it. He was like, I'm not buying it. And he was like, so if I was a man and if I wanted to get at you, he was like, what should I have to say? And I was like, why would you ask that as a gay man? First of all, I would never like like go there. But he was like, I don't know. It's like he was almost trying to like, I felt like pick a fight with me. But I'm not that aggressive type. In New Orleans, people can be aggressive, and I feel like they think you are sometimes. I don't know. But like you'll come across people trying to size you up, like I said, trying to take you off your pedestal, trying to like take you down a notch sometimes. But a lot of times you just have to lie to them. Don't give them all your information and keep it pushing. Just sit there pretty. If you don't want to keep talking to them, because they will try to drain your energy and engage in conversation a lot, then just be like, oh, I think I'm getting a phone call, or get up and move. Okay, so maybe he was being, I don't know, maybe he was being funny, but I didn't like it. Like, why couldn't you just sit there? I had a great experience with a gay guy at a bar. He was like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. And he bought me drinks. I loved it. But, I had some experiences where I felt like I was like being like almost kind of like nitpicked and like entering into some unknown competition or something like that. But like I said, these days, everybody wants to be the queen bee. They want to either be with you or be you, and they can't do both. So they might start some drama. So be prepared. Just keep it classy, stay poised, say as less as possible, and keep it pushing. Okay, so another thing when you're at the bar, I think the hardest thing is like, it's not even hard. You just gotta be on your toes. When a guy comes up to you, when he does approach, you have to have those like witty, nice responses. Don't be a boring girl. Be something, he's never experienced before. Like a lot of guys, the first thing they'll ask me is where I'm from at a bar. And sometimes I say the heavens. Last time I said I'm from outer space, and a guy was like, oh my God. He said, oh, that's good. He said, because if you get lost, nobody can find you there. And that kind of took me aback. I was like, oh my God, this guy's weird. That was the same one who offered me some food. I was talking to the lady next to him, and I just left. He was like, that's so cool. If you get lost, nobody can find you there. But see, that's fun because it starts like a unique conversation. And once I told the guy I'm from the heavens, he like got up out his chair and came sit next to me, and he bought me a drink. They love it. Like they freaking love it. These are guys who are used to the mundane. They go to work every day, do the same thing over and over, so they get bored easily. And if you give them that challenge, they love it. The challenge, the ultimate challenge of a witty response, not giving away your information, not giving away your number so easily. If they ask you for your number, say, why should I give you my number? Are you going to use it wisely, or are you just going to booty call me late at night? You can say something like that. Now, I am working at getting better with these responses. I'm not really always that witty. Sometimes these guys catch me off guard, and I'm just plain Jane boring. Like when that guy came up and said, is anybody sitting there? Like my brain just kind of like scatters to search for an answer, and then I'm just like, oh, I just give up and be like, no. But you got to stay in that energy of like, like you're a Hollywood actress at the bar almost. And, you know, some of these restaurants, they have like this energy to them. I honestly think some restaurants aren't even real until you walk in them. I had a restaurant like that in Tyler, Texas. It feels like it's not real until you walk in. And it feels like it has like this energy of like old money, like shady, dirty money, but yet a overall look of glam. Like, you guys have you guys seen Scarface when they're like having dinner towards the end and everything's going wrong, and the girl, she almost looks like her face is falling off. Like, I feel like a lot of restaurants kind of have that energy. It's kind of like this kind of like hint of like darkness. And some restaurants, I can't stay in them like that long if they're like that, especially if there's a lot of people in there who, you know, give off a lot of strong energy. I can't stay in those restaurants for long. And for some reason, those restaurants like that, they always have a picture of Marilyn Monroe on the wall. And I think that is a representation of things looking beautiful and glamorous on the outside, but on the surface, when you walk in and really get in like the middle, the heart of the restaurant to feel the energy, it's kind of like this darkness. So don't be shocked. Like, it took me some getting used to, because, you know, restaurants do carry different energies depending on, you know, the type of people that come and, you know, the history of the restaurant. So always, you know, just be on your P's and Q's when you're out. Have a good time. Go to the bar. Don't have any expectations. I used to always go out with the expectation that I'm going to meet my husband. And, you know, after a while, that didn't happen. And I kind of just go out for the love of it. I love restaurants. I love eating. I like to sip, drink sometimes. I'm not a big drinker, but I just do it for social reasons. But I'm going to talk about my favorite time when I freestyle. So this was in New Orleans at the, what do you call it? Ruth Chris. This was at the Ruth Chris downtown, right by Harrah's Casino. So I wore this beautiful Fashion Nova dress. It was one of the classy ones, the midi dress, flowers all over it. I walked in and I met this man named Richard. Now, Richard was this classic, tall, white man who drove a red Ferrari. He was one of the coolest men I've ever met in my life, y'all. He told me get whatever I wanted. Like, everything just flowed from there. It was easy. I remember I dropped my spoon. I was kind of nervous. I was always nervous going out. I remember I dropped my spoon. That was embarrassing. But he was there talking to some ladies who had like Botox and fillers. And he told me, you're not going to need that for a while. I was like, hopefully. But he was really, like, he was so chill and laid back. He actually lived in a subdivision, in a wealthy subdivision, like down the street from me. There's like the wealthy subdivision, the middle class, and then the ghetto in the back. But I eventually like went to his house. I just wanted to see what the house looked like because I knew he was rich, and the house was beautiful, y'all. The house was nice. He was so funny, y'all. I brought him to like this gas station because we needed to fill up my gas tank. And he was like, we can't be around here. This looks dangerous. And he was just so calm and chill. Like, I don't know what happened between us. We went out again, but I don't know what happened, actually. But he had a nice house. I think I messed up when he wasn't trying to have sex with me or anything. He was like giving me a tour of the house. And it was beautiful. He had like a beautiful pool and everything. And I think I saw his house on maybe like third date or something. I just wanted to see what it looked like. And he had put on his favorite shirt, and then he like turned around and was like, and like my face just said it all. Like, he had like these like freckles all over him. His skin was like red. He told me one time like he's probably gonna die of skin cancer. And he was just really cool. Like, he said his ex-wife lives in another state and he gave her the house. And I don't know what happened between us, but he was like a classic guy. Like he's one of those classic men that you just never will forget. Like a classic man named Richard who just was like, let's go wherever, let's do whatever you want. You know, what do you want? I'll give you whatever you want. Like, I never had that experience again after that. And I don't know what happened with him. I don't even know if he remembers me. But, like, it was such a good experience. Like, nothing came out of it. But the fact that, you know, we met, he was like, get whatever you want. We went on another date. And then another date. And, you know, I got to see his beautiful house, which inspired me. And it's funny because when I was walking through his house, I was like planning like, oh yeah, I'm going to live right there. Like I'm going to set up my things right there. But I don't know what happened. I think he only saw me as like a friend. I don't know. I don't even remember what happened, but it just fizzled out. But he was like, yeah, I go get a happy ending sometimes and it makes me happy. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah, that was that. I'm trying to think. What else is good to know when you freestyle? Oh, don't show a lot of cleavage. Do not show a lot of cleavage. I made this mistake freestyling and it did not turn out good. Like people were losing their minds. Like if you're going to show cleavage, like just keep it like right here. But if you're at the bar, it's like too much because you have like boobs and people see your face and the boobs sitting at the bar. Like, just don't do it. Always dress classy, classic. My outfits and wardrobe has come a long ways, you know, color coordinated and everything. But yeah, that, I'm trying to think what else should I do. Oh, don't go out on Saturdays because that's date night. I go out for brunch on Sundays. That's a good thing to do. And you can go out Monday through Thursday. That's when I recommend going out. I did meet another wealthy gentleman. He was African American. I brought my friend with him. I brought my friend with me to his pool house, and he wasn't into her at all. She was beautiful too. Green eyes, light skin, gold hair. But he was like super pushy for sex and kind of creepy. Like, he met me when I was doing I was at this video shoot and it was at the Saint Hotel and he just like came up to me and he was wealthy. I didn't play the game right with him, but I didn't know what to do. I was just a baby. I had no game. I kept asking my friend what to do and she was kind of sabotaging it, trying to get us all to go out to eat. But I'm like, why would he take all of us out to eat? But yeah, that's the thing about not being taught the game in your 20s. Like you waste good ammunition because that's when the millionaires are going to come in your 20s when you're looking the best, but you're not going to be equipped with the necessary energy. Well, you got the energy, you're just not going to know how to handle them for the long term. So that is kind of unfortunate, but you know, women age like fine wine nonetheless. So, but yeah, your 20s is where it's at though. Like if you want to freestyle in your 20s, you will bag a millionaire easily. I came across 2 millionaires in my 20s, white one and a black one. And I'm looking back and I think if I had the game I had now, if I knew what I knew now, I could have probably been married by now, honestly. But things happen, so it's good we know better than we get old and never know, you know. So yeah, those are my tips. What to do when freestyling. Don't talk too much. That's the hardest thing for me. Not talking too much. It's not really hard. Hardest thing for me is I don't know, it's not really hard anymore. I just go out and have a good time. And I don't know, whatever happens, happens. So yeah. Let me know when you girls freestyle. Let me know the different encounters you've had with freestyling and what not to do.